Hi everybody, Ghost Critic back again for another week, and it's the last week of the new 52. They are all out there now for us to read and be entertained and be disappointed, and I kind of had a bit of both of those this week. I only picked up two of this week's new 52 DC relaunch rebooty, but we'll get to them last because I did pick up a few extras as well along the way. I forgot this last week, but I'll do a quick little recap and review of Schism number 4 of 5, and this has just been a great X-Men event. It's been almost perfect. There hasn't been ridiculous amounts of spin-off titles for it that you need or want to collect. The story has been pretty much in here, giving you everything you needed to know, and it's been fun and exciting. You know, I say a lot of harsh things about Cyclops. You kind of felt a little bit sorry for him to begin with in this issue. You can see he's kind of having this crisis of conscience. You know, he's staring at the portrait of Xavier and where it all began with the original X-Men. But that was so long ago, and things have changed, things have moved on, you know. So, you know, ideals have had to be amended in a kind of way to reflect today's society. So you almost feel sorry for him, you know. He's got all this pressure on him, and this scene with him throwing, you know, blast after blast at this Sentinel that's approaching Utopia. You can see he's putting his all in, but then he's got to get the kids involved. It's not good, Cyclops. It's not good. And Wolverine does right, you know. He does the good thing. He says, look, you know, these are kids. We got to get out of here. These guys need to live to see another day. There's a great fight scene between Cyclops and Wolverine, nicely drawn by Alan Davis, and we have the end where the emerging Sentinel out of the ocean, towering above Cyclops and Wolverine. I'm really excited to see how this is going to end. Obviously the teams are being split. Wolverine on one side and Cyclops on the other. I will be participating in the Wolverine side, but not Cyclops. Great read. Obviously one part left. Wait for the trade if you're not already picking this up, but are great. In the other side of the X-Men universe, we are out in space with Astonishing XMen, and we're wrapping up the Meanwhile tale. And again, I said before, this was the storyline that I enjoyed more, that I was more entertained more, that it seemed to be a little bit more original in the sense that it was taking an old kind of villainous character, the Brood, and changing them into something different, evolving their current status in the X universe. And it was just, again, a whole lot of fun. The artwork, again, I'd forgotten about the kind of artwork this was, and it took a while again to get back into it. It is very kind of cartoony, very bold. It is very colourful and bright. It's action-packed, and yeah, it was a nice wrap-up to the story. The X-Men prevail, kind of. So yeah, worth the pickup. What can I keep saying about this title that I haven't already said? It's the Amazing Spider-Man. It's issue 670. Dan Slott does it again. What else can I say? It's a fantastic issue. He is just amazing. There's like a lot of backup story about, you know, the Queen and Adriana Soria, where, you know, she was experimented on, explaining to people who might not already know who this Queen is. The fun bit with the mayor and how it kind of takes a turn for the worse at the end. I'll try not to spoil any of this for you. And you get loads of, you know, cameos in here. I'm not reading any of the spin-offs, but you can see they're kind of trying to incorporate these in as well. You've got like the Avengers in there, you've got the X-Men in there. And something finally happens with Mary Jane. We've all been wondering, you know, why has this girl not yet got any spider powers? Something happens here. It's really, really good. Please, if you've not started reading this, go back out, find the old issues. I'm sure it can't be that difficult with Amazing Spider-Man. And jump on board. Just pick up the main title. That's all you really need. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's what comics should be about. And now the 52. Let's start with a kind of disappointing title. And I was disappointed. I picked it up. It's Batman The Dark Knight, or The Dark Knight Batman, whichever you want to call it. Do we really, really, really need another Batman title? And does it really need to be this one? I saw nothing new, nothing original, nothing that hasn't been done countless times before in this issue. I'm usually a very big fan of David Fincher's artwork, but this was tired. I've seen it before in the new Avengers, after like Avengers Disassembled, when Finch was doing the artwork on that. It's all very similar, very samey. I've seen it all before. There are a few kind of interesting panels in there. I guess all the baddies escaping from Arkham, but this is it, you see. It's, oh, a whole load of baddies are breaking out of Arkham again. That's original. So yeah, kind of really disappointed with it. Like I said, with all these new 52s that I've personally picked up, I'm going to give the first arc of each title a go, and then decide what I'm going to leave behind or what I'm going to keep. It would be nice to keep them all, you know. They might pick up. Who knows? But as I'd have thought, given, I mean, it seems from the credits, Paul Jenkins is doing most of the writing while David Finch is doing more of the artwork, which I thought would be a good thing, since, you know, David Finch didn't do that great on The Dark Knight that just ended, in my opinion. So, yeah. eBay? No. Finally, and this is the one issue of all these new 52s that as soon as I saw it, I said, I want that. Didn't know when it was going to come out, and I just thought, just my luck, it comes out in the very last week. This title is made for me. It has everything I love. Justice League Dark issue 1. I love all the kind of the magic, the supernatural element. It's got some of my favourite characters in there. It's got Zatanna, it's got John Constantine, it's got Madame Xanadu. Deadman's grown on me. I knew nothing about this guy here, the Shading Man. I must read up about him, but his character seems interesting and cool, and I know nothing about this, the mad one, the Enchantress in the middle, who's currently going crazy. But no, I love this. It's creepy, it's spooky, it's violent. It's really occulty, not cult, occult. It's got that occult feel to it, and I just had an absolutely fantastic time reading this. I loved every page. You know, you get a little cameo from Batman and from Superman and Wonder Woman in there. They were pretty ineffectual, but I liked the way that as one of the characters within it, kind of disposed of them in a way, and it's just creepy. I love it. It's creepy. Definitely a pickup for me. I've looked forward for this for so long, and it's out, and I love it. I can't wait for the next issue. And that was it for my comics this week, and that's the whole 52 finished. Well, the first issues anyway. What did you all think? It's a very dark place, isn't it? It's very violent. It's very sexy. Yeah, don't know where that came from. But can they pull it off again with issue 2? Can they make the crappy issue ones that came out better in the next issue? We'll have to wait. But, you know, we've had fun along the way. It's been something exciting and new to talk about. And that's me out. Oh yeah, before I go, Scott, I haven't forgotten.